So a lot of times I use light bricks. They're bricks that make light. It's like this one. You press a button from the back, and it presses two metal filaments onto two batteries into a bulb, which makes it light up. So I use them for my buzzers. They're great. They don't involve cords. But a lot of times I get bricks in the mail that are new that don't work, which is frustrating. But I found a way to try to make them work. I bought a few batteries, new batteries, and tried to replace them, but that didn't seem to work, which was kind of odd. So I figured out a way to make them work when I get them that don't. So you unscrew, and you take the top piece off, and inside you see the button presses on these two metal filaments as it falls out. It presses on these two filaments, which is attached to these two batteries and this bulb. But as you can see, it doesn't work like this brick does. So what I've done is you hold down the two batteries and you take out these two metal filaments. Let's see if I can do this without making a mess. And this one. So that you just have the two batteries inside. And what I'm doing is I'm actually switching. So the metal filament that was on this top side, I'm switching to the bottom, and the bottom filament to the top. And when you press it, it works. Now the reason that this is working is because each metal piece is bent a different way. So I have found if you switch them, they seem to work better. Instead of me trying to bend them myself, that's a pain. Now one thing you need to realize is once you put this together, sometimes the metal, when I attach this top piece on, it's going to squeeze the metal pieces and it actually might just stay on, which is not what I want. But you could figure it out once you do it. So without me screwing it in just yet, see, as I just put it on top before I screwed it in, it already is starting to light up and stay on. I don't want that. I don't want it to stay on, because then that kills your battery. So what I did is I bent this metal piece back a little bit so that the metal pieces aren't touching each other, and then because that's what you need. You don't want them to touch each other until you press that button. See how I'm pressing that button and they're touching? You don't want them to touch before you press that button, otherwise your battery's going to die. Your bulb's going to die, and you don't want that. So now that I know that it works, I'm going to put the button back on and put the top on. Now before you screw in everything together, you just want to make sure that the button works, okay? Because if you don't check before you screw it in, then you're just going to have to unscrew it and do it again over and over again until it works. So you're just creating extra steps. You always want to be sure each step that you do, that you make sure that you're in the right direction. If you keep going backwards, you're not going to finish your project. So look, as we finished, we made a brick that didn't work end up working.